What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Franchise Frenzy. This is the part 10s for the month of October, and we are down to two, guys. Last month, we reached the end of the line for several of the franchises that I've been covering. I started with 10. It went down to 5. It actually stayed at 5 for a couple months, I think. But last month was the end of the line for several franchises, which means we've got two left. We've got a Puppet Master movie and a Saw movie. So, gee, I wonder which one's going to be number one. This won't take too long at all, I don't think. Anyway, after Puppet Master Legacy, which was a clip movie, which was supposed to tie the whole ribbon around the whole franchise, they decided to resurrect it, of course, because they just can't stop. I think after the apocalypse, there's still going to be Puppet Master movies. Then they started with this Axis trilogy. They go back to World War II again, this time set in the United States. So it's like an espionage type film. I don't own that. I don't intend on owning it. I guess it was better than the clip movie and Curse of Puppet Master, but that's about it. So that is obviously number two. It was okay. Some of the puppet action was pretty good. The Axis powers, the Nazis and the Japanese create their own puppets. One of them is pretty racially offensive. Obviously in World War II, there was a lot of racial language thrown back and forth. You see that in movies. I mean, that's just the way it was. So it's not, it's not shocking to hear that in a movie set during that time, but they take it a step farther with this one puppet. Oh my gosh. It's a kamikaze puppet. You can imagine. Look at the poster. And there's another puppet. Because the Nazis want to take the Puppet Master serum and create super soldiers, and they have a doctor who is working for them under duress who uses it to create like Axis power puppets, including a werewolf puppet and a little tank puppet and a Nazi woman puppet that has cannons that shoot out of her breastal area. It's that kind of movie, and it's kind of goofy. There's a young couple that's kind of in charge of the caretakers of the puppets somehow. Who cares about the continuity? So the military gets wind of this, and they have this old sergeant with them, and he's actually pretty good. There's a lot of talk. It's very talky for an hour and 22 minutes. Like, I got to about halfway through, I was like, is there any after the initial action in the beginning, is there going to be any puppet action in this movie? Eventually there was. It was okay. But that actor sadly passed away somewhat young, I think last year. He's okay. It's okay. It's better than a few of them, is all I could say. Anyway, enough about that. There's a massive gulf between that movie and this movie. As a matter of fact, Saw X, one of my favorite Saw movies. This was fantastic. Sorry about the lights there. In my top 3, I'm a huge fan of the original. I actually, there's been peaks and valleys. I think between 3, 4, and 5 get a little conflated in my mind. I almost want to go back and rewatch all of them, which, after owning a few here and there, I just pulled the trigger. This completes the entire collection here. But, and I think part of the reason is the sets are very similar. They're kind of like closed in, grimy, great sets, great set design. But here, this film set in Mexico City, it's in like a factory type setting, but it's much more wide open, has a very unique look. So a lot of it's very familiar, but a lot of it's also very unique. And what can you say? This is Tobin Bell's movie. I mean, they give it to him and he carries it. And if he's not on the horror Mount Rushmore, if he wasn't, he should be now. He's fantastic in this, and it's his story. It's poignant and heartbreaking. It's great to see Michael Beach in a small supporting role. Always great to see him. And, man, it was just good. Fantastic traps, great twists, great setting. Different, but familiar. And once again, Tobin Bell, he knocks it out of the park in this film. Fantastic film. I got this from Best Buy months ago as they were cleaning out their physical media inventory. Been dying to watch it ever since. That's why I'm recording this so early. Because I've only got 2 left and because I couldn't wait to watch this. And I wanted to do this while it was fresh in my mind. So, what is the future of Franchise Frenzy after this? I'm not really sure, but there you go. Puppet Master, Axis Rising, whatever, number 2. Or actually, that would be like number 27. And then number one would be Saw X, one of the best Saw movies I've seen, in my opinion. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time. Later.